Welcome to another edition of CPG 101 with me, Eric. Building a CPG brand is something that we discuss on every video on how we can get better each and every week. But if you're just starting out and you're wondering, Eric, what is all this about? Eric, I'm learning from the ground up. I'm here to help. And this is what CPG 101 is for with Eric. Let's go over some definitions that you will hear in this CPG industry so that when you hear them, you won't be confused, you'll know what they are, and you'll be able to make yourself a regular CPG pro over time by knowing these definitions and also learning the industry and learning the business as you go. The first one we want to do is CPG. A lot of people don't know what CPG is, even while they're working in CPG. Like I say all the time, CPG. What is it? CPG is consumer packaged goods. Products sold quickly and at a cost, like food, beverages, and toiletries. So that's what CPG is. It's consumer packaged goods, and it's products sold quickly, and like food, beverages, and toiletries. SKU, number 2, SKU, stock keeping unit. So a SKU is a stock keeping unit. This is a unique identifier for each product. So if you and your business have 2 different SKUs, that means you have 2 different unique identifying products. Your first SKU would be, let's say, if it was candy, it would be candy with cinnamon, and SKU 2 would be candy with raspberries. That is your 2 SKUs. They're both unique identifying variants. So that's what SKU is. SKU is stock keeping unit. Number 3, UPC. We all see it, we all hear it, but UPC means Universal Product Code. And what Universal Product Code is a barcode used to identify products. Everything you go purchase has a UPC, everything from any store. The UPC allows you to keep track of how much product has been sold for the week, month, the year, wherever it may be. Everything has a UPC. So number 3 is UPC, Universal Product Code. And it is a barcode used to identify products. Number 4, MSRP. MSRP is a manufacturer's suggested retail price. This is a price a brand recommends for their sale of their products. So if you ever go into a store and then someone says, hey, the suggested MSRP is, that's what the manufacturer suggests to the store owner that they should sell the product. Doesn't mean the store owner will always sell the product at that price? No. But it's the suggested price that a manufacturer who made it is telling the store owner if they want to get it sold. So if you have a business of candy and you tell any store owner or anybody, I suggest you sell the price at $2.99 because that's the price point people are buying, they have the option to listen or they have the option to raise the price up to whatever their liking is. Number 5, velocity. Velocity is the rate at which a product sells through at its retail locations. If you sold your product into any grocery store, C-store, and you're selling 10 to 15 units per week, that's your velocity, the rate at which your product sells through at retail locations. You're selling a lot of velocity, meaning that your product is constantly turning and constantly getting sold at the registers. That's what velocity is. Turn rate. Turn rate is how often a product sells and is restocked. Turn rate deals with how often if you sell into a grocery or anywhere else, how often your product is sold there and how often it is brought back in. If you have a turn rate of 3, that means in less than 3 or 4 weeks, your product is probably going to be sold and brought in. If you have a turn rate of 1 to 2 months, it probably won't be sold. Turn rate often deals with different terms depending on where you are. But overall, turn rate just deals with how often your product sells and is restocked at a grocery or C-store. 7, this will be category captain. Now, this is one that I must say people don't use that much, but category captain is the leading brand in a category, often guiding how the category is merchandised. I'm going to be honest with you. I've heard this before, but not a lot of people have used category captain. This will be number 7, category captain, the leading brand in a category, often guiding how the category is merchandised. The reason I say it varies because When it comes to C-stores or stores, everybody goes off their own thing, and it all just depends on who's selling when it comes to merchandising. Number 8, private label. Private label is the store-branded products manufactured by third parties. If you go into Target and buy their private label brand, it will be called Good and Gather. Good and Gather is Target's private label brand in which they own the brand and they get other companies to make products for them. And Great Value is Walmart's third-party private label, in which Walmart talks to other distributors that could be making egg rolls, that could be making pasta, and they talk to them about making products for their Great Value brand. Private label is store-branded products manufactured by third parties. Their third parties would be other companies that you know of on the regular. They make the products for Walmart or Target, and then Target sells it under their private label brand. Number 9, planogram, or some people say POG. Have you ever heard POG? Just know that means planogram. It's the shelf layout plan to optimize sales. When something's planogram, that means it's already been paid for. That means it's already going to be on the shelf, end cap, or display, and it's going to be there forever long, the agreement is. So if you walk into a C-store and someone's like, that shipper right there is planogram, that means they paid for that space, or they worked out a deal where they're going to be in that space in so many locations, and you can't do anything about it. Number 10, slotting fee. What is a slotting fee? Slotting fee is a payment to retailers for shelf space. A lot of people don't realize that whenever you walk into certain stores or C-stores, you're wondering, hey, how does that brand have that great end cap, or how does that brand have that great cooler space? They're paying slotting fees. And sometimes slotting fees can be from $10,000 to $100,000, but they're paying slotting fees in hopes of getting major sales that can repay back the slotting fees. Let's say you have a candy store, candy business, and you go into a grocery store and they say, hey, if you want this end cap where everybody will see your product for the next whole year, we're going to need to charge you $80,000 slotting fee for each store. Now you have to decide, do you pay $80,000 in hopes that, you being on this end cap right here is going to allow you to bring in more sales, or you bite the bullet and don't? Because if you bite the bullet and pay the $80,000 slotting fees, then you can end up turning over $1 million in sales from having that great placement in that store and other stores. When it comes to slotting fees, it's a gamble, but it's a gamble that can pay off. Number 11, trade spend. Trade spend is budget allocated for in-store discounts and promotions. If you ever walk into a store and you see your favorite brand on sale for $269, $299, and they're on sale for the month, whether it be at Costco or anywhere else, it's because they're running trade spend. Trade spend allows that product to be on TPR, which is temporary price reduction. And if instead of you buying it for the normal price of $359, they pay the trade spend, the price has been dropped from $359 or $399 to $299. And it's pretty much just for them to run a discount so they can get new buyers, old buyers to get excited, and mostly just attract new people who haven't tried the product, who see it and be like, oh, it's on sale for $1 or it's on sale for this much. Let me go ahead and try it. I had always wanted to try it, but now I definitely try it since it's on sale. So yes, that's what trade spend is. Number 12, promo calendar. Promo calendar is a schedule of promotional events and campaigns. So a promo calendar is a lot of things, is what grocery managers have, and it just allows them to keep track of all the sales and trade spend and TPRs coming up. Then when you have your own business, you'll have a promo calendar that keeps you updated on all the TPRs, which would be temporary price reductions or trade spends that you have spent for your company, so that you know that in the month of October, we have 8 promotions going out at 8 different grocery stores and C-stores. That's all a promo calendar is. It allows you to keep up with all the promotions that your company's running, or if you're on the retailer side, it allows you to keep up with all the sales that are coming to your store in the pipeline in the future. Number 13, sell-through. Sell-through is a percentage of inventory sold over time. Essentially, if you go into a store and you bring in 8 cases and your sell-through is 4, that means you done sold through 4 cases in a short bit of time or whatever the time may be. That's sell-through, a percentage of inventory sold over a specific time. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I've heard sell-through used here and there, but not very often. So sell-through is probably one of those definitions you might not hear that much. 14, bill back. You definitely will hear bill back. Bill back is the retailer charge brands for promotions after the fact. So a bill back is essentially what your business has to pay the retailer after going on sale. So when you say, hey, we're going to go on a trade spend and our normal price is $3.99, but we're going to go on sale for $2.99, your bill back is you have to pay the retailer $1 back because the retailer is losing $1 every time that you're on sale. So every bag that you sold in that store, you have to pay the retailer back $1. So if you sold 100 bags, you got to pay the retailer $100 back. You sell 100,000, you got to pay them 100,000 back because the retailer needs to get that corrected because they're putting the product on sale. The retailer is losing money. And the only way to cover the cost of them losing money and being on sale is you to pay for it. That was number 14, bill back. Number 15, chargeback. Chargeback is something you also will hear a lot of. Chargeback is fees or penalties retailers charge brands, often for non-compliance. So when it comes to chargebacks, what does that mean, Eric? Let's say my candy company, I ship a pallet of product to a grocery store or a C-store. And in the process of shipping that product there, that product gets to that C-store or grocery store, and that product is moldy. The bags are broken. Let's say the candy's moldy. That grocery store is going to hit me with a chargeback because they're not able to sell that product. And since they can't sell that product, they just have it sitting there. So they're going to hit me with a chargeback because they need to get their money back for what they paid for this pallet of product so that they can get recompensated because they agreed to take on this pallet of product. But since they can't sell the pallet of product because it's gone moldy, you're going to have to pay for it. Or let's just say you have a situation where you're like, hey, we're going to send, you sent the retailer 5 pallets and you're only supposed to send them 3 pallets. Now you got 2 extra pallets that's just sitting there. And they're like, we can't use anything with this. They might hit you with a chargeback for that to send that pallet back to you because we're not supposed to have 5 pallets. We're only supposed to have 3 pallets. You send me 2 extra. That's your fault. So you'll be hit with a penalty, which will be called a chargeback. So yes, number 15 is a chargeback. Number 16, DSD, direct store delivery. So DSD are suppliers who deliver directly to stores. Let's say you've grown your business, we've grown the candy line, we're doing well, and now we're like, we got a deal to bring the candy into Target, Walmart, and other C-stores in my area, depending on where you are. Now, instead of going to Unify and KE, which is the big boys, we'll go to a local DSD company, which could be anybody. It could be Crescent, it could be Jack Hilliard, it could be Columbia, it could be JJ Taylor, depending on where you're located. And what they'll do is they'll take my product from the warehouse and then they'll go deliver my candy brand to Target. They'll go deliver it to Walmart and they'll go deliver it to other C-stores that I have distribution already in. So they'll be my DSD. They'll be my third-party direct store delivery to make sure that my product is constantly being delivered into these stores so that it can be sold. So yeah, that's number 16, DSD, direct store delivery. Number 17, distributor. Distributor is a middleman between manufacturer and retailer. Like I just said before, the DSD person is your distributor. They're the middleman between me and the retailer. The retailer tells me, hey, Eric, we authorize you to bring your product into Walmart. From there, I go tell the DSD person, which would be the third-party distributor, hey, I'm authorized to go in all these Walmarts. I need you to start bringing the product into Walmart. And you can also start selling it to Walmart to give me more end-cap and displays. DSD person will be the distributor. Yes, they will be the distributor. So the distributor would be any DSD person, any Unify, any KE person, any Core-Mart person, anybody that's distributing your product into stores would be your distributor. So yes, number 17, distributor. Number 18, retailer. A retailer is a business that sells product directly to consumers. A retailer would be Costco, Walmart, Target, 7-Eleven, any C-store, anybody that sells the product to consumers is a retailer. Number 19, broker. Broker. Now, a broker is a third-party rep who sells your product to retailers. So a lot of times people say to themselves, hey, Eric, If I want to go big and get into Whole Foods or get into Target, who do I talk to? I don't really know who exactly I should go speak to. I don't know who to contact. And a lot of times people will hire a broker, a CPG broker, whether that be eye-level brands, Presence, Costa, whoever, they'll hire a broker. And what that broker does is they're a third-party rep who goes and talks on your behalf to the retailer, which could be Costco, Target, Walmart, Whole Foods, anybody. And they talk on your behalf about bringing your product into their stores. They set up a meeting for you. You come in, you tell them why they should bring you in, how you're going to sell the product, what you're going to sell the product to them for. The broker helps you with getting placement in those big C stores, in those big grocery stores, box retailers, and small retailers. That's what a broker does. Number 20, retail-ready packaging. This is packaging designed for easy display in retail stores. This is one definition you might hear, but you probably won't hear them a lot. Essentially, it's just all about your product being packaging ready in the sense where if your product is retail package ready for a Costco or any big box retail store, that means you have a UPC barcode on the back. That means you have a nutrition label. That means you have all your call outs, everything's correct, and your package is ready to be sent to the store and to be sold so that you can get counted for it and get data and information on it. 21, case pack. Case pack is the number of units in one case shipped to stores. Case pack essentially means a case. So when someone asks you, hey, how much product come in a case? And if you're doing candy, it comes 24 in a case or it comes 24 in a pack. That means that person knows that if they order your candy, they'll get 24 in that pack, 24 in that case, and how much they're paying for price. So let's just say I go into a store. This is a walkthrough. I say, hey, my candy comes 24 in a case, and the price for the case is $25, and you can sell each bag for $2.99. That person will then go $2.99 each bag times 24 to see how much money they can make. And if it's more than the $25 they'll pay, that means that person can make $71 off that case that I'm selling them for $25. That's how they do the case pack. Or they'll do this. If it's $25 a case, if it's $25 for a case, they'll go and do this 25 divided by 24 in the pack. And they'll say each bag in here costs $1.04. Then they'll be like, I got to sell it for $2.99. That means I'm making $1.95 on top of that. Then they'll be happy. They'll do that way as well too. There's two different ways of doing it. You could take the manufacturer's suggested price and go $2.99 times 24 in a pack and get how much you'll make if you do $2.99. Now I'll be able to tell you how much each bag costs and then how much you need to go up on your price if you want to make 50% more, 60% more, 70% more. That's what you do for a case pack. Number 22, shipper display. A shipper display is a cardboard display unit placed in aisles or end caps. A lot of times we go into stores and you see a shipper. You don't even know. A shipper is something at the end and it just gives your SKUs or your product extra display or extra incremental opportunity to be sold. Whether you're at the end cap or you have something standing up or you have something on the other end of the aisle, it allows for you to have extra placement than what you already paid for on the aisle where your product is. That's what a shipper is. It's a cardboard display unit placed in aisles or at end caps. Number 23, end cap. End cap is a shelf space at the end of an aisle, premium real estate. So if you ever walk into Costco or Target and you go all the way to the end of the aisle and you see a lot of products at the end of the aisle where it's prime real estate, everybody walks by, that's an end cap. If you walk by in Target, when you first walk in and you walk by the little cooler area and Olipop on that little corner, that's an end cap cooler area. That's prime real estate that everybody walks by, that everybody sees, and that if you're thirsty, you know cold is sold, people grab that. That's the end cap in the cooler space. Number 24 will be big box retail. I've said it before in this message, big box retail means all grocery stores that do large volume. Big box retail is the same as large format. That means Walmart, Costco, Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, Sprouts, Fry's, Kroger's, Publix. Those are all big box retailers or large format stores. They're both the same. You can say large format stores or big box retailers. Number 25, and the last one, small format stores, or some people say C stores. C stores and small format stores are both the same. So what a C store is and what a small format store is, they're all convenience stores. 7-Eleven, independent stores, little small bodega shops in your neighborhood, Sheetz, Circle K, Racetrack, Wawa's, Maverick, AM/PM, Extra Mile. These are all small format stores or C stores, however way you want to call them, but they're both the same. This has been CPG 101, 25 definitions that you should know, part 1. And I guarantee you there'll be a part 2 with another 25. But I wanted to make sure I don't talk your head off too much. Please, 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 if you like this, please share this video with a friend of a friend. And if you have any suggestions, anything that you want to say, because like I said, this is a community. So please leave your comments, questions, or anything. Leave them in the comments below. And like always, please, please, please don't forget to like and subscribe below. Please don't forget to like and subscribe below. And don't forget, this has been another CPG 101 with your guy, Eric. Thanks again.